Hi guys, and welcome back to Afrobeats Unfiltered, episode 11, where we'll be discussing the hottest topics in the world of Afrobeats. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. So let me tell you why Burna Boy is tired of his original fan base. On Wednesday, the 23rd of August 2023, Damini, aka Burna Boy, has decided to go and join his mate David, aka Davido. He has decided to go and join his mate David and say one of the most stupidest things you could ever say. At this point, Burna Boy, you're too fine to even be saying stupid things like this. Sometimes just zip it, close your mouth. Like, what was you even talking about? So Burna Boy went on this interview with the iconic Zayn Lau for Apple Music. The album's coming out on Friday. On Wednesday, you're doing an interview. Zayn asks you a question about Afrobeats. I think he described it as an experience. And you go and turn around and say, Afrobeats lacks substance. He said 90% of Nigerians that make this music, he said Afrobeats or whatever you call it, have no experience. So what are they actually talking about? They're just talking gibberish.
Not even experience, because half of them, if 90% of them have almost no real life experiences that they can understand, which is why you hear most of Nigerian music, or I'll say African music, I don't even know what to say, Afrobeats, as people call it. It's mostly about nothing. Literally nothing. There's no substance to it. Like nobody's talking about anything. It's just a great time. It's an amazing time. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, life is not an amazing time. Do you know what I mean? No matter how nice you want of a time you're having now, or you had at some point, or you plan to have, you're still going to face life.
Yeah. And if I'm lying.
Exactly. So it's like, for me, I feel like music should be that. Music should be the essence of the artist. You understand? The artist is a person. Like me speaking for myself, the artist is a person who has good days, bad days, great days, and worse days. You know what I mean? And for me, if I give you something like this with my face on it and my name, then I should be giving you that experience.
Yeah.
Now, for me, there's two reasons why Burna Boy would have gone to say something like this. Because he's got his album coming out. What better way to get the people going than to say something so ridiculous? He knew by saying this, people would just be talking. And I always say there's no such thing as bad PR. There's no such thing. Whether people are talking about you negatively, whether people are talking about you positively, as long as people are talking about you. And I know that's what he thought. Because there's no way he believes that. And the second reason why I think he said that, I think Burna Boy came to open his mouth and say Afrobeats lack substance, because he is now making the Afrobeats that lack the substance. With African Giant and other projects, other singles that he's had music in the past that has meaning, that depicts the struggles of Africans, that depicts the struggles of Nigerians. Now he wants to create music that is just vibes. And do you know what? Fair enough. Sometimes all you want to do is vibes. All you actually want to do is vibes. Sometimes you don't want deep lyrics. Sometimes you don't want meaning. Sometimes you don't want thought-provoking music. Sometimes you want to say, I need Igbo and Shayo. But the point here is, he did not need to throw the whole genre under the bus, because he has now decided to make music that doesn't have substance. Burna Boy is the one Nigerian artist that his fans get onto him continuously about making music with no substance. I know he is sick and tired of his fans, especially his day one Nigerian fans, for always getting onto him. This guy just wants to make music. He wants to vibe. He wants to have a good old time. That's what Burna Boy wants to do. So he made that statement that was directed at his old fans. So since African Giant, that was his Grammy-nominated album that had a lot of substance on it, he's gone on to make Love Damini, and now his new one, I Told Them. From African Giant to these two projects, he's become very westernized. He is making a lot of tracks sampling American artists. He sampled Toni Braxton with Last Last. In the new album I Told Them, we heard On Top of the World, which samples Brandy. We also heard City Boys, which samples the City Boys song. Burna Boy is in his sampling era. Me personally, I like his sampling tunes. I like that Burna Boy is versatile. He can make thought-provoking music. He can make Afrobeats. Then he can go over there and sample and do hip-hop tracks and R&B. I actually like that about Burna Boy. If somebody like Wizkid went to go and do that, then I'll be outraged. There was an interview he did in 2012 with Nandi TV, and an interview was asking him, so I've been trying to pinpoint what exactly your sound is. Tell me about it. He said, Burna Boy said, I don't have a particular sound. You can't box me in. I make Afrofusion.
Let's talk about your sound, right? Yeah. Because I've tried quite a few times and I haven't been able to find a a term that encapsulates your sound. So you've got obviously the R&B, you've got the pop, you've got the reggae, you've got the kind of Afrobeat and everything. So how would you describe?
It's called Afrofusion.
Afrofusion.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. So did I get everything? I've got the reggae, the pop, the R&B, and the Afrobeat.
Yeah, there's a lot more of that.
What am I missing out?
Country.
There's no country. Where is the country?
Gospel. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff.
All right. So how did you? Because that's obviously the most unique thing about you, your sounds, and I think that's what grasped a lot of people.
Now he's trying to say he made up the genre Afrofusion. I don't know about that, but I do know in 2012 he was talking about Afrofusion. So he definitely, I guess he coined the term, which makes sense. Burna Boy does make music for all. He makes music for all. So I'm mad at him for saying that ridiculous statement. You do not need to throw the whole genre under the bus. Throw yourself under the bus. You are tired of making Afrobeats and you're now in your sampling era. You now want to appeal to the Americans. You now want to appeal to the UK audience. You now want to be in your westernized bag. That's fair enough. Let's get on to talk about his album. On Friday, the 25th of August 2003, Burna Boy releases his 7th album, I Told Them. It's a 15-track album. We've already heard tracks off of that album, such as Sitting on Top of the World, Big 7, and we heard a sample of City Boys. So the album features the likes of GZA, 21 Savage, Dave, Shay Vibes, RZA, J. Cole, and Byron Messiah. So let's get on to my top 5 for this album. I've got 3 honorable mentions that I'm going to put in. These are songs that were released pre-album. So let's get into my top 5 for I Told Them in no particular order. Firstly, let's talk about the first song on the album. Named after the album, it's called I Told Them featuring GZA. Burna Boy is giving us old school vibes, Afrobeats kind of instrumentals. I love it. I also love a good comeuppance moment. He's saying, I told them. He mentioned in an interview with Complex that this album is named after him strolling on Twitter, seeing some tweets he tweeted and thinking, rah, I'm actually living the life that I was tweeting about. So basically he's saying, guys, I told you I'm a genius. I told you I'll make it. Like, he's being proud, he's being cocky.
I told them I'm a genius. I had to show them what the meaning is. 100,000 hands where the ceiling is. I told them I'm the highest. With the drip, I'm the flyest. 100,000 hands where the sky is. I told them I'm amazing. They told me I was crazy.
Next up is track 3 called On Form. Love this. I think I love this because it's giving us Afrobeats Burna Boy. I have to now say Afrobeats Burna Boy as he's not an Afrobeats artist, he's an Afrofusion artist. So he does everything apparently. He does Afrobeats, R&B, hip hop. Even said he does country. He does whatever he likes basically. But I like this song because it's giving us old school Afrobeats kind of vibes. Old school Burna Boy. The next track I like is called Tested, Approved and Trusted. This is giving us dancehall reggae Burna Boy. Y'all already know I love Afrobeats and dancehall mixed together. Love it. Love this track. I don't think so much people would love this one. Me, I always love a track like this. But this track is getting good reviews and I'm also a fan. Yes.
Baby, don't whine when you seat, come give me that. Jump up on my body like animal. Dance make you feel like carnival. I go lock you down like criminal. One touch feeling like 1 million. People just they watch you like a cinema. Wine bandit thing like carnival. Make sure you do nobody else like me.
Next up, I am going to give the track Big 7 an honorable mention because we previously heard this before the album came out. I actually like this song. I actually enjoy it. I know every day people just want Afrobeats Burna, but it's fine. He can do other things. It works. How can you not like this track? It's catchy. You can dance to it. It's a vibes. Imagine being out, hearing this live, drink in your hand, the sun is shining. In the city. Like, how can you not like that track?
Smoke my weed to the claro. Lamborghini driver, Ferrari 458 Italia. I really spent $1 million just to Richard Millis and I'm from willy-nilly through the city. Wavy since London, wavy since Berlin. Don't know they talk to me in public. I'm in a different place. If you see me tonight, you can clearly see that I've been wavy since morning. Alright.
Next up, another honorable mention, we have City Boys. So Burna previewed this on his socials first. I loved it. You know, he was dressed up, doing his Americanizers, doing his Timberlands. He was in the streets, giving hip hop, really giving hip hop. This is also another sample track. But I love it. It's even got J Hus on the intro. I don't even need it to say featuring J Hus. We just know that's J Hus. From time he's talking about him not being ugly, him being a sexy boy. That's literally his signature.
Hey yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I used to call myself an ugly you, but I'm not even an ugly you. I'm a sexy you, you understand? Girl all over the globe wanna up me, you understand?
The thing that catches me with this song is that chorus. And when he did his little dance in his little TikTok, that's the life of a city boy. Oh yeah, get boom. Oh yeah, get boom.
That's the life of a city boy. Oh yeah, get Dama. Oh yeah, get Jello. Oh yeah, get Joe. Oh yeah, get oh yeah, get oh yeah, get Mama Sheba, come back on. Make me the start to the paragon. Start to the halagon. Cause you know say my people they calagon. Ogulo magbawo. As I hating on us, make we manyamo. No, I be my father's son. Cause you know say I come from Pata.
Next up, I have Giza featuring Shay Vibes. I think Shay Vibes and Burna Boy always have this great relationship. Burna Boy has been putting on Shay Vibes from probably like from last year, the beginning of this year. So I love that they've come together to collaborate on his album, giving us the amapiano fix that we need. Shay Vibes has this quite, would I say unique? Because it's like amapiano street, but then it's also just a tad bit similar to Ashake, but not too much Ashake.
Give me distance. I dey enter my zone as I dey my own. Okologbaju, la la la. Calm down. No get ya ni shut the fuck up. No be Christmas. Them my fetch up on me, I get that Jazira. Shop all in my grades, make a day where the vibes stay. I want to make it Danny. No babe, on my panori, malo shagidi. I get it up, all I know, Libby. Para Pro Max. Naked the money, no they shoot out for pockets.
A song I really love is called If I'm Lying. It's track 13 on the album. Burna Boy is so vulnerable here. He's doing ballads. He's giving us R&B. I love a ballad. I just love a good ballad. The song saying every day I give thanks for life. Like, he's really pouring out his soul here, his heart. Like, he's really giving vocals, really singing. I love that track. That's probably like my number one, just because I'm a ballad girl. I'm a sweet girl. In his chorus he says, if I'm lying, let the ocean and the sea start drying. Oh, sing it, Burna, sing it.
Every day I just give thanks for life. Know how to move, cause I know sacrifice. Lose control, still hold on tight. Won't be the only time. I'm a soldier, I know how to fight. I make fire when it's cold in the night. If you need a shoulder to cry, then I'll give you mine. And if I'm lying, let the ocean and sea start drying. Let the birds in the sky stop flying. All the trees in the world start dying. All start dying. And if I'm lying, let the ocean and sea start drying. Let the birds in the sky stop flying. All the trees in the world start dying. All start dying.
Up next is track 14. It's called Thanks, featuring the legend in hip-hop J. Cole. I love me some J. Cole. After he released 2014 Forest Hill Drives, I was an immediate fan of J. Cole. That's when I started to love him, from that album. I went to his O2 Arena show in 2014. Let me digress from Burna Boy just a minute, just to talk about J. Cole. J. Cole is probably the only artist that could run through an album from track 1 to the end and we're all singing with him lyric for lyric. That is probably the best hip-hop concert I've been to. But from there, I had the utmost respect for J. Cole. But anyway, back to the track. Burna Boy is really cussing in this song. He said, is this the mother effing thanks I get for always putting my people on? There's no love in Niger. So this brings me back to the point where Burna Boy is tired of you lot. He's tired of his day one fans.
Is this the motherfucking thanks I get for making my people proud every chance I get? Yeah. It's okay, I get. Cold world. This night, Jah no love. Only Jah know where it started from. But Luabana still apply pressure. Sneak up on you on a silent one. Be that person. I showed you what to really do this thing. But Luabana not the blueprint, of course. And I gave you Afrofusion.
Probably out of all the Afrobeats artists, Burna Boy gets the most hate. He gets criticized the most. His fans are very critical of him, and I feel like that's what even pissed him off to go and say Afrobeats has no substance. He gets so much love, but he gets so much hate. Davido didn't even get this much hate when he came out with 10 baby mums. Like, I'm confused. Lastly, I'm gonna give Taliban's 2, Byron Messiah, honorable mention, because we all know this track. The biggest track all over TikTok, all over summer. That's the track he even got discovered from.
Da 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 da. Yo, kills. Link with the killing them. Thank you to Trinidad. Pick up the whole of them. Come on, get it, no, I get anything I do. Headline news, if I'm waiting, I no do, then go say I do. Nothing but the truth when I step up in the booth. No lie, my life, no be smartin'. Remember last Christmas, Santa Claus gave me the glizzy with the switch dog. So some people no go see this Christmas. Man, them are grasses, most of them not even Christians. Click bang, body sinking at the quicksand. See that full of bomb like Afghanistan.
And if you make I come, know the enemy, them a pray, and me know they're not sorry for me. People are ball and a skin, cause we bad than we mean. Bloody crime scene, calamity. That's how we shoot out brain, figure Canada G. Make them have a experience, no gravity.
Tell a pussy when I laugh up, when I dead dog. Violate people are dead dog. Should I keep in your bed, cause the Taliban's them a make walk. When I laugh up, when I dead dog.
Joe Budden must have said that he didn't think it was cool for Burna Boy to put this track on his album. I guess before Byron had the chance to release his album, but I don't see the badness in it. You're giving the song a wider audience.
The album dropped in 2 weeks.
Who?
Burna Boy. Oh, yeah.
And this is on there.
Oh. Wait, what?
His new album called I Told Them drops in 2 weeks. And this song, that's Taliban's too? Well, Taliban's?
Yeah.
That's on his album.
I'm never a fan of people doing that. I'm never
giving away the heat.
Yes. To the biggest artist in the world. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm not a fan of when that happens. I think if you made the heat, go work it. If Burna Boy is on it, that should be yours now. But I mean, unless you're not paying for it, he did it. I don't know the business. I don't know the business in it. And as an artist, you never turn down that look. But I never remember that going right for somebody.
Brian Messiah okayed it, then what's the problem?